This is about dealing with, I guess, fake people or catfishers or manipulative people, all the above, online and in person actually. So in person it's not fake, but online. What I did was I ranted on the Facebook page. I'll put the link to the video where I was really having a borderline reaction to someone in the group that I invited in the group trying to be in a relationship with me when I clearly stated that, okay, we could try to be friends, I could help you with your introduction to gayness, you know. And then when he didn't respect the boundaries, I had him repeat what his intention was, and then the mask came off, and then I just blocked him. And I made a video and I showed screenshots on the Facebook page. That's why I created it, so that real life examples can happen and somebody can learn from it and I can learn, because I get that often. So I had a few others that I deleted, which the others didn't trigger me. So it all depends which ones trigger me. But what I learned was that, let me just see, is this okay? What I learned was a couple of the women in there had the same situation happen to them with the same person, but in a hetero way, you know? So it was clear, it was good to see the clarity of that the guy was just morphing and doing whatever just to manipulate people. And the thing is, I had invited him into the group. So some of these groups, because I got his name from another group, and I just messaged him. And, you know, so the manipulators, fake people will infiltrate these groups. So, it happened on Instagram, and I'm learning now, because I see if someone on Instagram only has like a few pictures, and they're hot, and they come after me, and then they try to bring you to Google Hangouts, or they try to bring you to, it was Google Hangouts. No, one wanted to call me and then brought me to WhatsApp. I said I only have WhatsApp. And he said he was in the army, his name was completely different and all this stuff, and he likes me and he wants a relationship and all that crap. And I didn't believe it from the beginning. But the thing is, I still keep it on. But I just slow down the conversation. And I shouldn't waste my time on that. So I actually blocked it after this incident where I ranted. I realize it's all the same, you know? I like to see how things turn out or evolve, but it's all the same, you know? And another guy hit me up on Instagram, and he didn't follow me. It's not always an indicator, that's the thing. This is what I'm learning about borderline, is that it's not someone trying to Instagram video me. I haven't blocked them yet, but I never answer it. So, talking now, I realize that I have to see a case per case, because there was one lady or girl on the Take Back Your Life MTL Instagram who was hitting me up in the DMs and asking me about, you know, narcissists and her boyfriend and how he's dating other people, and she was asking me question after question after question, and it was the repetitive, you know, they're evil, you know, they're they don't have souls, they don't have this, whatever. And I'm being direct and I'm being blunt and I'm like, come onto the Facebook group. But she never did. And she didn't have a profile picture or anything. That actually turned out well. Spoke with her twice. The first time, it was like an hour. And at the end, because I eventually told her I had to go, and she's like, are you a boy or are you a girl? And I'm like thinking, how old is this person? So I said, no, I'm a grown man. So I figured, oh, she might be very young. So I felt good that I didn't blow that off. And then she hit me up another time, because I said, yeah, you can. She wanted to know if she could talk with me any other time, and I said, yeah. So she hit me up another time, and it was the same thing. And then she asked me, are you from India? And I go, no, I'm from Canada. And I'm like, oh, she's from India. Fuck. Because, you know, in India, women are substandard, right? And they get, when men want to control them, they throw acid in their faces. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know? It's not like North America. So I felt good in the sense that I was helping her, but bad in the sense that, you know, she did want to get revenge on her. I'm like, don't do it, it's going to get more and more. And I didn't mention violence, but after that I was like thinking, he could be violent. I mean, they don't have reason not to be, you know, if you're their woman or whatever, and you try to expose their, you know, bruise their ego, right? So, that's a good thing. So that tells me, and you know, my psychologist tells me this too. It's because a lot of bad things happen doesn't mean that the whole thing is bad. Or a person does one bad thing doesn't mean he's a bad person. You should not like him or her. So you have to take a step back, evaluate the situation. In French we call it mentalization, you know, I guess analyzing the situation, you know. So after doing that, getting back to the third person who was contacting me who was hot, when I saw that he wasn't following me, we got to one point he started saying, he only had about like 12 pictures on. Okay. One other guy had tagged me without following me, but I think he was more real. But it didn't work out because he wanted me to go to one of his workouts and I just wanted to sleep with him. So, so with the guy with only like 12 posts, he said, would you like to go into Google Hangouts? And I just had the experience on Google Hangouts with the fraud that got me enraged. And I was going to say, thinking about what I was going to say, I was going to say, there's a lot of, you know, old creepy men catfishing people on there. And I was going to, you know, saying like, I know what's up. I didn't do that. So I said, why not on Instagram? Why can't we chat on here? Because it's got all the functionality as Google Hangouts. You know? Even videos so we can see each other. And he said, well, Instagram doesn't work well on my mini laptop. I'm on a phone, what are you talking about? So I said, well, Instagram is a phone app. It's not good on laptops. So then he claps back and says, I said mini laptop. I'm like, okay, this guy's getting hostile. It's about an argument, right? So I said, a mini laptop is a laptop. Something like that. And what else did he say? I don't remember. But after that, I caught myself. I'm like, this is just a debate. His goal is just to get me on Google Hangouts, that's it. Not to actually get to know me. So I felt confident to just block and delete him. Well, block him. Knowing that this is where it's going. So I'm learning. Now, if you've come to this video, I have good batteries and I bought new batteries yesterday and they are working like a charm. So I shouldn't have thrown out. I had two rechargeable sets of rechargeable batteries with two chargers and I threw one of them out, thinking I would just go buy the whole pack. I kept the second one, and when I went to go get another one yesterday, I'm like, wait, I have one charger. It seems to work. So I bought 2 packs of rechargeable batteries. And I'm like, so I tested it out. So, pee on me for throwing out the other charger, but at least I got one, so I'm good for now. So, I have a situation in person. Now this is partly my fault. I have to learn by the way someone else kindly rejected me. Thinking about it now, I met a guy in a bathhouse. And ugly, but it was a spur of the moment and he was the only one there. And I prejudged him that he would really be into me. So, a little bit of my narcissistic side. That's where some of it comes out. So, and I kind of stereotyped him a bit. So, he says, oh, I like you, I really like you. I'm like, okay. And he doesn't speak English or French very well. So, it was tough. And then it turns out he lives in the same building as me, just on the other side. And he was talking about boyfriends and stuff. I'm like, no, we just met. He's a kid. And from another culture, which I know it's a thing, but not really. He's I pegged him already as emotionally dependent. So I always had to keep pushing my boundaries, even on text. But I let things go a bit. He saw where I lived, he went to my place, he wanted to invite me for food that he was going to make and all that. And, I didn't want to go. I felt it was just too much pressure. It's like, I don't even think I like you, I wanted to maybe see that we could be friends. I don't know why I do that. So, I'm not hating myself for doing that, but I'm realizing, don't do that. I mean, call it what it is. It was just a sexual thing. I saw you. You were there. I wouldn't date you, and that's it. And I wouldn't be friends. There's no attraction. But I didn't know that then. Now that I see that it's just he's too clingy, too needy. I'm like, no. So yesterday, I text sporadically, to kind of slow things down. And he's a naive kid. And he'll say like, oh, I'm not happy, I'm not this. Well, fuck you, you gotta learn. He's telling me, you gotta teach me. And this is how I'm teaching you, So I basically didn't answer his text after I got home. I just did my shit. And he came in, he was knocking on my door, and he was calling me like over 10 times. I just don't answer the door, and that's it. Then he texts eventually, says, you cheated me, you this, you this. I don't do anything. I'm like, fuck you, this ain't nothing, I'm not doing something because you tell me to do it, I don't want you. Like, he kept saying, I want you as a boyfriend and this. I'm like, no. So in my head, it's like, sorry, you're too ugly. There's my narcissistic side. So, but it was sexy at the time, you know? I happen to find certain ugly people sexy, and a lot of good-looking people not sexy. That's me. So, yeah. And so he texted me again this morning, what happened? I said, I came home I came home late and I slept. You know. So, the week before, I was at a bathhouse, and there was this guy from England. And, you know, I asked if I could, you know, have his number, we can do it again, whatever. He was kind of a player, teasing. And he said, well, I just don't do that type of thing. Meaning seeing people outside or whatever, he just wants to come and do his thing. I'm like, okay. But then I was thinking, like, he's also young. I'm like, okay, I was judging him, you know, like, oh, you're a hoe, you know, anonymous sex and all that. But I'm doing that too, you know, so. Now seeing this situation with this guy here in my building, I'm like, that probably would have been a good way to deal with it. Probably would have been. So, I'm not mad about it. I'm in the process of learning. I'll probably bring this up to all this stuff I'm talking about now, to my psychologist. Because this is stuff that I'm working on. Not getting into a situation where I have to actually flee and ignore people and stay locked up in my place when someone's knocking on my door. You know? Don't give him my number, don't do this, don't do this. But I'm not in tune in my head at the time, it's just afterwards. You know, so with practice, that's about it. I have 5 more floors to get up. I wasn't going to do 4 flights of stairs, but I just did 4 flights. Well, 4 times. Twice. Working on my Instagram, and then I got the camera to do 2 more. So I get 2 things done at one time. So, if you like this video, long format, I'm going to put the link to the Facebook rant so you learn from that how I react to certain things and what transpired in this online conversation, at least the last part on Google Hangouts. If you like it, share it, go to the Facebook page, like the page. Well, join the group actually. Take this video, share it, like it, comment, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, all that stuff. So, with that, adieu.